We are talking how to make your love work this morning. And when Laterras Ashley Whitfield used his social media platform to make a huge announcement that he had found the one, you guys, it shocked plenty. And it was the perfect, literally picture-perfect conclusion to an open and honest journey that the Dear Future Wifey host let people in on. So today, he's here along with his new bride, Ashley Whitfield, to reveal more about what led them right down the aisle. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
So glad to have you guys here. So Laterras, let's talk about it, because in that same post, you did not reveal who your future wifey was, okay? And it left us all on edge. I know everybody at home feels what I'm talking about. So what made you keep that huge detail to yourself?
Because I knew that I was thrusting Ashley into the spotlight, so I wanted to do it gradually. And, you know, we had this whole thing in our counseling session that we wanted to keep it as private as long as possible so that other people couldn't put their fingerprints in the cement before it dried.
Yes. Okay, I like that because of the simple fact I think we can all relate to that, especially when we're in a relationship. We're sharing with our friends and family. They're putting in their opinions, and now your mind is altered, right?
Yeah.
Ashley, what do you remember about the first time you met Laterras? Do you remember what you first thought?
I remember he grabbed my hand at church, after church, and we had this moment where we were able to just connect about people that had been on his podcast, and it felt very much like we knew each other, like we had met each other before.
Okay, so you did know that he was looking for love then at the time.
I did.
Okay, Ashley, there was like a little something working in the back of your head. Now, Laterras, I'm sure there were plenty of women who wanted to be sitting in Ashley's place right now, and so how did you go about cutting through the noise, actually finding the person who was in it for you and not necessarily in it for the spotlight and all the things that you have to offer?
I say it's the difference between opportunities and options. Opportunity is just moments that you can entertain people, and options is really been resolute in what I desired. And so what I would do is came one with my core values so that I could identify the one when I saw her, and then when I saw Ashley, I knew she was the one.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, you grabbed her hand after church, on church grounds, I might add.
Amen. And the same church we got married at.
Listen, okay, but God was always the foundation, is what it sounds like.
Absolutely.
Tell me, is that when you knew, or when did you know that Laterras was the one?
I knew on April 6th of last year.
Okay,
so we were
dates.
friends for a year and 4 months, just platonic friends. And we had been talking, and he had kind of told me that he could cover me better than all of the dudes that I had been dating.
I know that's right.
And so about a month and a half later, I said, wait a minute, you know what? He knows. He's onto something.
He's got the wisdom.
He does.
He's done the
he
work.
Does.
Okay. Was there any hesitation? Because there is, like he said, the reason he held that detail back, because thrusting you into the spot, I mean, it's real. He has a large platform. What was that like? Were you hesitant?
Before we got engaged, I was, because I'm a private person, and I love my anonymity. I love that. But, you know, he really coached me and helped bring me into the space. And we talked about the mystery bride, which was a beautiful moment for me because it was so private and so intimate and personal. And then we talked about how we were going to do this in the spotlight. So we share what we talk about sharing publicly. We're also able to have our private moments, which makes me feel really safe and protected, which I appreciate.
You guys are doing the work, it sounds like. You know exactly what is for the public and what is just for you too. And I like that boundary. Tell me, because you have been married for a few months now at this point. So what's been the key really to adjusting and finding what makes your love work?
Allowing us to operate in our individuality, knowing that this is not something we have to figure out in 3 months. On the 22nd of February, it'd be 3 months that we're married. We got to give ourselves the brevity and the gravity of the journey. And so we don't have to have everything figured out. We're both, she still has her place in Los Angeles. She does a lot of work out in Los Angeles. So we're just still operating, free-flowing in that space. And we don't have to rush anything.
You don't have to rush anything. And also good on you, girl, okay? Because listen, a lot of the times we get married as women and we tend to lose our identity a little bit. We tend to fall right into Mrs. whatever, you know? And so good on you for still having your LA apartment and being able to have your individuality and go and work and do all the things. I do remember fans watched, we all watched you write letter after letter after letter to your future wife at the time when you didn't know who it was. So where are those letters now?
They're on the bathroom counter on her side, on the vanity.
Have you
so
read
she
those
keeps
letters?
it there.
I do read them from time to time. I haven't been able to sit with all of them and get through them, but I will in March.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? Anytime y'all get into it or y'all angry or something, girl,
Grab
just
one
pick
of
out
those.
a letter and remember he your best
Exactly.
friend and you do love him.
That's what I told
Okay,
her. That's what
let's
I
grab
told her.
these paddles because we're gonna play a little game. Basically, I'm gonna ask a question. You're gonna say him or her, depending on what the answer is. I'm excited for this. I love stuff like this. Let's play a little Newlywed game. All right, who said I love you first? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then who's the bigger neat freak in the house?
Uh-oh.
I
All
like
day.
it.
All
Very
day.
good.
All
And
day.
who cooks the most?
Yeah, it'll be her.
What's your favorite dish?
She red beans and rice.
Ooh,
Like, She makes
okay.
them. Man, we
She
ain't
got a
gonna
little
talk about
Cajun
that.
flavoring
my
on that
goodness.
thing,
her
don't
family's
it?
from Louisiana.
Louisiana, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yes.
Oh, you really know how to make red beans and rice for real. Okay, guys, I want to try.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Can go to sleep anywhere.
It's scary.
I'm about to fall
Knocked
asleep.
out in the airport, yes.
Yeah.
Who's the first to apologize after a disagreement? I like that, as it should be. As it should
See,
be.
look at this. Look at this.
Because come to me, baby. Most romantic. I think so too. Just he already had the platform though, okay? He already had it going. Oh my goodness, we are so happy for you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Remind us how we can continue to follow your journey because now you're co-hosting
Yes.
Dear
Yeah,
Future
She's
Wifey.
my
Yeah.
co-host, my lovely co-host.
Yeah.
Dear Future Wifey podcast
Yes.
on YouTube. Her personal IG, Ashley R. Whitfield. Mine, Laterras R. Whitfield on IG.
Congratulations to you both,
Thank
you
you
guys.
so
So
much.
glad to have you here this morning, and thank you for sharing how your love works.
you, thank you.
Hopefully, we can apply a few things to ourselves in our own relationships.